Hello, I'm Wolf, and what you're looking at is a PC board I built over the weekend. It's like a chaser circuit, but I needed a bar light instead. And it uses a 4017 IC, but instead of another IC clocking it, I used another bunch of components called an AMV. And there's a lot of variations of those on the net, but I needed this for a model kit I'm building, and I thought I'd show you just like really quickly how I went about doing this. First of all, it's not my design. I stole somebody else's. There's a lot of them on the net, but unfortunately they're not very well documented. The actual, let me turn this off, schematic I used is this guy right here. If I can put that in focus for you. I don't remember the author of this, but after reading it a few times, I went ahead and bought the parts and tried to put it together. And I didn't have a lot of luck doing that. In the meantime, while I was waiting for the parts to show up, I found some software I downloaded, and you guys should check this out. This is kind of cool. This is called the Proteus software. Let's get this baby queued in here. And we can zoom in on it a little bit. It's a free download off their website. In fact, if you want to go get it and play with it, go to, wrong screen, about Proteus, labcenter.co.uk. This is like a virtual breadboard. Instead of flipping parts on in real life, you can like change values, change your power supply, pick from a library of thousands of parts and just play with it, and then run a simulation. There are some drawbacks to the software. You can't save projects, you can't do a couple other things, but that only bit me one time when my power went out. Then I looked up what it costs to buy this software, and you cannot afford it, okay? You will be sleeping in the doghouse forever if you even try it. So don't even go there. Anyway, I needed this circuit for a lighting kit I'm doing on my model. Where's my model? That's not my model. There's my model. I want to put this inside of here and light up a landing X light inside my hangar deck here. And the circuit I built is actually going to be used for illuminators, so that I have an X going towards center, and so this little guy in this shuttle can get in there without scratching the paint. Now, when I started putting this together, I didn't have a lot of luck between playing with the software and playing with the hardware. And I kept going back and rereading stuff and everything, and I just couldn't make it work. And then I finally ended up at allaboutscircuits.com, and the people there, they like in no time told me, hey, it's your voltage, because I want to stay at 6 volts. And after the second or at least third guy at the most suggested that, then I kicked up it to 9 volts and working on my breadboard at the same time. And all of a sudden, ta-da, it worked. So, to get from that though to that, it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. I tried doing it in the software version because, well, let's go back here to the screen here. Nice ship. Mine's going to look better than that though. Anyway, the software version does have this PCB layout in it, but it didn't make heads or tails to me. I didn't want to use it. I wanted something visually real, so I knew what I was going to actually be dealing with. So I ended up doing it in a CAD program. I drew my parts out, and if you guys have dealt with CAD programs before, you know you can like draw your board on one layer and then your components on another and group them. That way you can like flip them around and erase them and not affect the underlying board. So that's what I came up with. Always looking back at the board and the schematic and making sure the connections matched. And then it was just a matter of plugging them in to the board and making it work. And I don't know if I did the best thing there. I mean, where are we at? There's the top of my board when I put all the pieces in place. Of course, I put tape to hold them down and stuff. Next time I think I'll glue them and just do one row at a time or components as I need them. And then here's the back of the board when it's all done. But to start out with, I had like 130 pins sticking at me. That was no fun to deal with. But somehow I managed to like put it under my microscope and snip them and solder them, and it worked out. So if you're considering doing anything like this, and you should, because it feels really good when you stop ripping the hair out of your skull. The first thing you should do is go to allaboutcircuits.com. Alright? If you want to make bar lighting or a circuit like this or a fancy blinker light on your truck, don't waste your time reading things on YouTube or any of that. Just go to allaboutcircuits.com. Ask those guys. They're geniuses and they're so friendly and helpful. It's a lifesaver. Anyway, that's my quick update, and happy building, happy modeling.